Why is it that some women do?
A woman who is raped.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Just chill. I'm for.
Has any other right to carry a baby?
Hey,
Sorry.
hey, chill,
No,
chill.
no,
Hey,
I'm
who
not.
do you want to punish more, the rapist or the child? Howdy. You've walked by a couple times.
I know. You guys have been talking for a long time.
Sorry.
Has he made a good point to you? Yes, he has. He has. But also, it's kind of like agree to disagree. I just feel like that I'm pro-choice just because. Pro-choice. Yes, because.
But you should say pro-choice to murder a human.
No.
But she actually.
Murder someone who's not alive.
Well, they are alive.
I feel like I'm
If they're not alive, you can't abort them.
I feel like I'm pro-choice. Just
If
because
they're
you
dead,
abort a fetus.
if you're dead, you're removing their body,
Abort
but you're
a
not
fetus.
aborting them.
You're not removing a body. You're removing cells.
A human in the fetal stage of development. So hold on a second. So let me just, because I don't want you to think you're on the same side here. She says that only in the case of rape, but all other situations, it's irresponsible and bad. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't.
See? But I think you get to have abortion in general if people argue, well, we got to keep it around for rape.
I mean, we do need it for rape, and we need it for when people don't want to be a parent, because that's how we end up with people in
Well, I've got
foster care.
I have 4
That's not
kids,
good.
but none of them are in the womb right now because I just had a 5 months. So I know my wife doesn't have a child in her womb right now. So say I don't want to have kids. Can I kill my kids? Your argument you just made was we need it because some people don't want to have kids.
Yeah, some people don't
Okay,
wanna
so
have kids.
I don't want to have kids.
Okay.
Can I kill my kids?
You can't kill physical children.
Agreed. What do you think that is?
That is a fetus.
That's a physical child.
That's a fetus.
No, it's a physical
It's
child.
called a fetus.
Right, it's a fetus. Latin word, little child, offspring, progeny. Fetus. Fetus is, yeah, I was a fetus, you were a fetus. What's
Exactly. I wish that I would have been here, too.
You wish what?
Some people should have had an abortion, like my parents.
You wish you were dead?
Yes, I do.
Well, how come you're alive?
Because committing suicide is a really hard thing
I think
to do.
suicide's murder.
Okay.
I would be opposed to
You
self-murder.
just encouraged me to self-murder myself because
No,
I thought I
I'm just
should
trying
be
to.
aborted.
No, I'm trying to get some inconsistency. I don't think you really think you should be aborted. I think that's something you say to a stranger on the streets.
No,
But
said
I think
should have been
on
aborted.
it-
My mother told
on
me
the
she
whole-
wished she would have had an abortion. Why
Yeah.
should I have to live through that?
My mom said similar things about what she thought about me, but it doesn't really change the fact that I was a human and I was in the womb and I was living and I was growing and developing and then I was born, just like you. So whenever you say, because I'm looking for good arguments. I'm looking for good arguments.
Okay, I'm looking for good arguments too. This
Yeah,
on this side of the street is not a good argument.
No, this
We
is
need
a statement.
Abortion is not murder.
Yeah, well, okay, so it's with malice and forethought terminating a human being who is
It's
alive.
not with malice.
Yeah,
Some
yeah, yeah.
people need to commit abortion, or however you want to
Yeah,
say it.
well, I mean
because
malice,
they're
like-
going to die.
So you think it's only okay if they're going to die?
No, I think it's
See,
okay
then stop arguing
anytime.
about that. Yeah, so, but you said because the person wasn't alive. You really think that the baby that you're aborting isn't a living being? You know that that's
That's what science
scientifically
says.
illiterate.
It's scientifically
What?
correct.
Science says that the human in the womb is not alive.
Yes.
What science textbook or person?
Science.
What science?
Literal science.
Anthropomorphic science God
you
says that?
have to believe that certain stages it's okay and it's not.
No, I believe that a human being begins at conception following fertilization, immediately, that you have a newly conceived human being,
Immediately.
and you go through about like 9 weeks of like sort of embryological development,
If
and then
a
you go
woman
through
is
fetal
going
development.
To lose her life because of the pregnancy.
Again, you keep on arguing about this. Look, you need to make good arguments. All right, just
I am
aside.
making a good argument.
No, you're for abortion in any reason, and you keep on going to save her life or something like that.
Save a life or something like that. I can argue for that.
All right, yeah, but don't switch around. Say
You don't switch around.
I'm
saying
not.
Abortion is murder, period.
I do. I think it's a human being that's alive, and then you do
So
something
you
to
don't
make them
agree with any
unalive.
exceptions.
Any what?
You don't agree with any exceptions.
For murder? No.
That's not murder.
Yeah, for terminating humans, I believe in human rights, universal human rights. I believe that if you have a human being, you're not allowed to end their existence
Human
physically.
being.
Human being, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Scientifically
Herein
speaking,
lies the problem.
yep. No, it's not a problem. Scientifically speaking, philosophically speaking,
No, it's
rationally,
Not philosophical, it's scientific.
yeah, both science, philosophy, religion
Because you're
are all
not
on the same
alive
side here.
at fertilization.
What are you? then what's the problem? Why do you have to abort them if they're nothing? There's nothing there.
Then why do you care if
Well,
they have an abortion?
so your cells, you're an aggregate of cells in a very complex package, right? Right. You've undergone all physical development.
No, you haven't.
No, you.
Because that takes
Well,
9 months.
well, no.
yes,
Biological
yes.
development that continues through puberty.
Okay.
Cell
yeah.
division at puberty. So you're not really through with your biological development through after puberty. After puberty, there's no more cell division.
We're never done that, because every
Well,
7
you're still
years,
alive
your
and you're
whole
still
body is
growing.
different with
Sure.
dividing cells. So
Right.
at that point,
Well,
it's like,
sorry, I'm speaking from a knowledge of biology that, yeah. So cell division, biological development, puberty is the last stage of sort of like,
you can't just
sexual
say
reproduction.
That you're speaking from a place of knowledge.
well,
It
you're
could be like
you're talking about cell
I
division.
just want to hear your standpoint with religion not involved.
You want me to not have religion involved?
Yes, I just want to hear your opinion
Like,
without.
I'm not bigoted against religion.
Okay, and that's fine. It's just
Yeah.
advertised on your sign.
Well, yeah, no,
So
I believe this is true, but I'm not like a person that wishes all religious people should be like silenced or whatever.
Yeah.
That's not
that
what
you-
she's saying.
No, I
I
just
don't
wanna-
think she wants to know what your
Absolutely.
opinion
Yeah.
is about
I was
No.
raised Southern
Yeah.
Baptist.
So,
I get
yeah.
it. Like,
So,
my
no, I would
family-
say I'm outwardly a Christian. I do believe human beings are made in the image of God and they're valuable and that there is a good and evil and a right and wrong and it's based on the character of God
Okay.
and He's revealed it in the Word.
And I absolutely hear that. But
Yeah.
do you have an explanation to provide with religion not being the premise of it?
The premise of
Your response.
ethics or something like that?
So can you just give me like a sentence
Yeah.
response of why you do not agree with abortion with religion
Well-
not being within that sentence?
Yeah, I can give you a shot. So because I believe that it's true, right? So I believe it's basically true.
Yeah.
So even someone like you that doesn't buy my religion, I still think you're made in the image of God and you have a semblance of knowledge of good and evil, right and wrong,
Okay.
and you know innately that human beings are more valuable than, say, pigs. So like cutting up a fetal pig in a biology text in class is okay, but cutting up a fetal human in a biology text class isn't okay because humans. So even though you're not religious, I can appeal to you on the fact that you probably agree with me that humans have rights, at least on the surface.
I do agree that humans have rights, but then again, I think about the 12-year-old girls who I did social care for years.
Okay.
One of my former kids on my caseload was human trafficked, sex trafficked, and
Yeah.
held against her will
Awful.
to sell drugs. And I agree, that's
Were,
terribly bad.
were they using abortion to keep her in that?
They were not, but
Because a lot of guys that sex traffic people will use abortion to keep their
yes.
victims.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I
Sex
get
traffickers,
it,
rapists,
but,
pedophiles
like,
love
what
abortion.
happens with her situation where, let's say, you know, she's traumatized by a man who not only was her pimp, not by choice,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and gets impregnated, and let's say that there's, you know, like trauma, let's say that there's like issues, you know, like,
Yeah.
and
You surround her and help her. She's already under all sorts of she's in a terrible situation. So obviously you do want to like decrease her suffering.
yeah.
You want to protect her as much.
Yeah.
I don't think, are you saying she's conceived a child from this?
So she actually, this was years ago. She's
Yeah.
actually an adult now.
Yeah.
And, you know, is able to, she's in a very healthy relationship back with
Yeah.
her family, which is ideal, right? That's what we want from social care.
Yep.
And I'm not going to lie, the only reason I asked that question is because whenever I asked for no religion to be in your response, the first thing you said was something about religion.
Well, because I think there's like, people want people that leave religion out of it.
Yeah.
Because I do think fundamentally it's religious.
Yeah.
I mean, like I would say a baby in the womb of a hardcore Christian woman who was there by rape is safer than a baby in the womb of a secular humanist who believes that abortion is like key to being equal with men. I think a child in the womb of a raped Christian is safer than the child in the womb of a monogamous secular humanist.
Okay. All right.
Because-
and on that note, I will be leaving.
No, man, do you disagree? Do you disagree?
No woman who is raped should have to carry her child if she does not.
Why is it that some women do?
No woman who is raped
hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Any
Just chill.
more like
I'm
kids
for-
has any other right to
Who-
carry a baby.
Hey,
Sorry.
hey, chill,
I'm just-
chill.
No,
Hey,
I'm
who do
not.
you want to punish more, the rapist or the child?
It doesn't matter.
No, I'm just on it.
My body will always be my choice.
I'm just saying, like, it seems like our culture wants to punish the child more than the rapist. No, punish.
You are
No,
because
helping the woman to have the
for
child.
another woman, it's pro-situational. It's not ever pro-kill. I promise you, it's not. But if a
Well,
situation happens,
if you do this like us, you run into people who are like kind of into it, but they're rare.
I'm just saying, like what she's saying, it is pro-situational.
I'm saying there's like a woman who has a child conceived in rape. If you answer that situation with abortion,
Yes, because
it doesn't unrape her. Usually, if you surround her and say, "Hey, we love you, we help you, we're gonna do everything we can to help you through this,"
very more rare than.
well, I know because our culture's just like, go take care of the rapist baby. I mean, that's why I say rapists love abortion, especially date rapists, because they know that their responsibility is gonna go away.
For that, though, like as a Christian, I'm pro-choice because it is my choice.
Yeah.
David or not David?
David.
No, Moses was a murderer too. Remember?
Yeah, he
That-
killed
yes,
the
yes, a lot
slave,
of
the
that
guy who
is
was
a
beating
murder.
slaves. Yeah.
But it's not your, as a
I
Christian,
don't know why that.
love is love regardless. But if you're not in the room where that situation happens to me, you don't get to say.
But
I
God
don't
didn't
get to
just
say.
just on the side. God didn't say, "Hey Moses, because you did this, henceforth everyone's allowed to kill
Well,
people."
why do you guys get to say that? Why do Christians get to
No,
say that?
we're just
We're
saying
the
what.
biggest
No, we're just.
judgmental people of
No,
all
we're,
time.
this ain't judgment. Just telling people like, so you believe that murder's wrong, like murder, like you murdering him,
But I don't see that.
right?
as me
But do you think it's wrong?
murdering my baby.
Do you think
That's
murder
not
in
murdering
general is
my
wrong?
baby.
Okay, murdering born people is wrong. Do you believe it's wrong?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you just don't do it.
Why do you not just like you can kill like a chicken
Okay.
and they're alive,
So I wouldn't have no problem.
size level, like you can kill a chicken, right? But you can't kill like that kid right there, right? Why?
Why do you get to tell me what
I'm
I
just,
can't?
I'm just asking you why. Why do you think that murdering humans is wrong? As a Christian.
It's so situational because of what happened to me. I'm not saying like if I was in a healthy marriage, happy, whatever.
Well, I'm not talking about.
baby-
I'm not talking about abortion. I'm talking about why is murder wrong to the Christian?
I mean,
Like, what does the Bible say?
God forgave Moses. God forgave all sorts of different.
Right.
walks of life.
That's what I'm saying. God forgives murder. I
Okay,
do believe
but
that.
abortion is not murder.
I think God forgave David. I think God forgave Moses. But murder's wrong, Christians believe, because human beings are made in the image of God. And as image bearers, to attack a human is to attack God. And so when Jesus entered the womb of a young unmarried woman who was not planning to be with child, and he was fully human and fully God in her womb,
Sure.
and he underwent all the biological development that we all undergo,
Sure.
would it have been okay to kill him then? No. Right? Why? Because he was human. So the prohibition of murder is based on human beings being made in the image of God. And so I, as a Christian, believe that human beings are made in the image of God. And the only thing you can do to forfeit your life is if you murder other humans. That's Genesis 9:6. Like, if you shed the blood of another person, by man, your blood will be shed.
So I told you I've gotten an abortion. I'm then
Well, no.
murder in your eyes.
Well, that's why I would say this. I would say, instead of
But see,
calling
when
it,
you say some murder for that?
yes. Well, this is a technical word.
It doesn't matter. What if I wanted to find Christ after that? That would
Yeah.
not make me want
Well,
to.
no, the thing, okay, so I know people who've had abortions and they call it good. And they spend the rest of their lives shaking their fists saying, this is good, this was good, this was good. And slowly suppress the
How would you
truth
not
and
think
unrighteousness.
God's plan for them if they knew that what they needed?
Well, I think we do all sorts of things that are contrary to God's plan.
Well, how do you think that's God's plan? That's not
What?
fair for it to go
What?
back and forth. We can't be
Hold on.
hypocrites on it.
What I lost you because
We're
you
being
jumped around.
Hypocrites on it, though.
No, this isn't hypocrisy. So, for instance, I've done evil. I've never had an abortion, but I've done other evils, right?
So if
But
you've
I don't
never
call
done
the
an
other
abor-
evils
if you've
good.
Never done an abortion as a man, then you can't say anything.
Why?
You haven't walked in my shoes then.
Why?
You don't
I mean, I know that's
why.
like a Sublime song, but why? Like, why can't I just, like, so,
If we were married, sure, we could have that conversation and learn it together.
well, I'm married to someone else.
Sure, you
So,
can have
and
the same-
so I've had children with her. I've been a child in the womb, and I'm a human being. So I have a shared humanity with the child in the womb. As a Christian, I see them as my neighbor and the least of these. And when I stand before God and he says, whatever you did not do for the least of these, you did not do for
But
me.
It's not murder.
Okay, so you're getting to, we'll start at the end. Let's start at the end. If it's not murder, there doesn't need to be forgiveness.
Because as a Christian, this hurts and does not make me want to.
Why does it hurt if it's not?
Because
I'm not being that mean. I'm just, I'm.
No, it's not.
So
You're being mean, but
I would say,
it does not make me want to.
Okay.
It doesn't.
well, you don't agree with me, but let me just say so you know that I'm not trying to be mean, okay? I think if you confess to God in agreement, this was an evil thing, and lay it at the foot of his cross, he can wash it clean. But if you call it good and it's evil, when you stand before him and he says, you're,
But all sins are weighed the same.
but you don't, but you don't think it's sin. I'm not doing anything crazy.
You know, it's
Uh,
like, don't argue.
She's not really that, it's not that fiery. So it's just like the idea, because you may not think it now, but you could think it at some point. But it's like
That's my
calling an
decision,
evil,
not yours.
okay,
That's
I
my
have done,
life with
okay,
Christ,
let me just
not
say,
yours.
so your life with Christ. So if Christ agrees with the idea that human beings are valuable and they're made in the image, and he hates shedding of innocent blood. Like that's, so God hates the shedding of innocent blood.
Like Cain did to Abel, yeah.
Cain to Abel, like the Israelites, they started following Moloch, and they would put their babies on the burning hands of an altar because they thought it would bring them more grain because
But
there's
at
less
that
mouths to
time,
feed.
I-
And
I
God
think
hated
they
it.
thought they
God
thought
hated
was
it.
good.
They-
But if they
yes.
turned our lives around, we all deserve the same grace and all that. But that's
I-
not any place.
But
for
that's
it.
what.
No.
But that's what that's to say.
Because you're
So
having it out there where it's like that's not showing that you deserve
Well,
grace and love from
yeah.
whatever you
Well,
do.
actually, it is because I would tell you that God shows infinite amount of grace for those who have committed the sin of abortion. But if they say it's not even evil, then how could it's
But
not
if-
grace?
But if we do,
You don't even think it's evil?
If I did that and I deserve the same grace and love as somebody else, I don't
Yes.
deserve to be criminalized for making that.
Well,
choice.
you wouldn't be criminalized
No, I
post.
would
No,
now.
you
In
wouldn't.
Oklahoma,
No.
I
No,
am aware of the
well,
law. Thank you.
No, if you were to order an abortion pill and take it tonight, the pro-lifers are going to protect you, actually. It's kind of a complex situation. But the pro-lifer, I'm an
How long would they
abolitionist.
How long would they protect
Because they
me?
have written into law basically
Well, tonight,
immunity.
and I'm done.
No, they said immunity for mothers. They don't want abortionists doing it, but mothers. So the leading way that people abort their babies in Oklahoma is pills that they order online. So what I'm saying is all the law stuff, all the legislators, all that stuff aside, before God, like you're not going to get in trouble for what you did because man wrote laws saying what you did was okay. Just because something's legal doesn't make it all right. I mean, there have been other things that are
But it's
evils.
still saying that. Like,
I can't
that's-
walk in the shoes of a plantation owner. Do you guys know any good arguments for abortion? Hey, it's just someone should tell you straight. There is forgiveness for the sin of abortion, but you got to confess it as sin. You can't call it good and say you need grace for something that's not sinful.